and precognition, the Mangekyo Sharingan is the highest level of that boost outside of something like EMS or maybe even a Rinnegan. However, the idea that a Rinnegan gives you any form of precognition or a widened field of view is actually currently up in the air, considering the fact that Hidari wasn't able to use Chidori, and he's got 2 Rinnegan. Anyways, not important. What is important is that the Flying Raijin was made to counter the precognition ability of the Sharingan, and therefore Tobirama used it in a very straightforward manner, using the jutsu to teleport over short distances faster than his opponents could react to. And while that is as valid a way to use Flying Raijin as literally any other way, the reason that I always say that Tobirama created Flying Raijin but Minato perfected it is because Minato applied Flying Raijin to way more facets of his combat strategy. See, because while Tobirama would use his Flying Raijin marks to jump out of the way of attacks or attack in straight lines that were so incredibly quick that they were impossible to dodge, the true difference between Tobirama and Minato is volume. See, Minato was well known for placing dozens of seals on dozens of kunai simultaneously, and then throwing those kunai all across a battlefield so that he would have different marks that he could jump to wipe out entire squadrons. And because of this, the way that Minato used Flying Raijin was inherently more versatile, as he could use techniques like Flying Thunder God's Second Step, which is a jutsu that has him throwing a marked Flying Raijin kunai at an opponent, and when they either dodge that kunai or have it phase through them, he teleports to that kunai behind them to land a Rasengan in their back to ensure that even if people were cognizant that he had the ability to jump to these marked kunai, that they really couldn't stop him from doing whatever he wanted to do on the battlefield. He had infinite escape routes as he was able to cover entire battlefields in kunai that he could jump to at any moment. Kunai could be picked up and thrown behind opponents. Minato could jump to a different kunai and place a kunai from that spot. And not to mention that Minato was not limited to just marking kunai. He could mark the ground, trees, people, and thus while people would look out for these kunai, as that's usually what Minato would jump to, Minato during combat, simply through the act of coming into contact with you and placing a seal on you, something he could do almost instantaneously, would be able to at any point for the rest of your life to jump to you and stab, stab, stab. And because of this, the data books actually call Flying Raijin a Juinjutsu, which is rather interesting because the other most well-known Juinjutsu in all of Naruto is the Cursed Seal. See, a Juinjutsu in the Naruto universe is a jutsu that, when placed on somebody else, allows for you to be able to control them. A jutsu that allows for you, through simple hand signs, to be able to control someone's action or place them under unending torment. And thus, the most well-known Juinjutsu in the Naruto universe are things like the Cursed Tongue Eradication Seal that's placed on all of the members of the Root that doesn't allow for them to tell any of the secrets of Konoha and Danzo, the Cursed Seal that Orochimaru places on Sasuke and all of his other experiments, and the Hyuga family Side Branch Seal that allows for them to inflict pain upon Side Branch family members that aren't falling in line, and also that seals away their Byakugan at the moment of their death. And yet, Flying Raijin is also considered one of these jutsu, because the second you are marked with a Flying Raijin seal, there is no way to get rid of it. No amount of scrubbing in the world is gonna get it off you. There is no Nen Exorcist. You can't bask yourself in the smoke of what's the thing that witchy girls bake to clear areas? Basil? Sage. It's sage. It's been a while since I dated a hippie. Thus, the moment that you are marked with Flying Raijin, you are essentially under the control of the person who marked you, because no matter where you go, for the rest of your life, at any moment, they could appear and kill you. And that's why they don't technically have the ability to control you with a hand seal like the Hyuga main family has over the Side Branch family. You are basically, from the moment that they mark you, a slave to that person. Now, there is technically a way